Well, howdy, folks. Thanks for joining in. All right, let's kick this off. So, yesterday, I was starting the implementation of the -hd and -phrase and ran into an issue where -keys was not working properly, but I was able to get the pull. Well, I got npm updated and I got the pull request merged. So -keys is updated, and so this is working. We were able to test that before the stream died early. So we should be able to get to implementing this. I've also off stream, somewhat intentionally, somewhat unintentionally, done a little bit of work and cleanup. And so the dialogue I've changed around a little bit here so that the event listeners, we've got events here. And so now these can be overridden. And they're a little weird. Normally, I just like having it as an event. However, this is basically an encapsulated function. So it's a double function, basically. But by having this state here for each of the functions, when you actually implement it here and you define the state, we're able to provide that state if these get changed. So, for example, in main here, if I wanted to override, oh, wait, that gets a little bit tricky. All right, I didn't think of something. I'm only thinking of it now. If I did this, so I made an events object, and this will override the events as it currently stands. Wait. Yeah, it will. I'd have to get a little more tricky so that it doesn't, which is okay. Maybe I'll get to that. Maybe I won't. We'll see. But the point is, I could come in here and so where we're actually implementing it, I could override the function. So console.log. You'd get something like that. And if we come back into here, this is where I need to fix it, is the way the state is implemented right now is you've got the initial state, and then if you provide any additional state, it just overrides it. But because it might be better to find a way to do a deep clone or something of it so that all of them get merged. Basically, how this will work is events will literally only have the one function I just defined. So let's actually submit might be an easier one to track. So I believe if I were to refresh this with that change, it'll break because these other handle reset, handle click, handle close don't exist. Yep, there we go. So let's see. object assign that I'm thinking of. So the return value is a deep copy of the original value. It's not exactly what I need. Yeah, so I'm relatively certain that even if we were to switch this and say state is equal to object dot assign, and what would we do? Let's do an empty object, and then we want initial state, and we want state. Okay. So even if we do this, I'm pretty sure it won't work, but let's comment that out just in case and refresh. Yep, sure enough. So the other thing I was thinking to be lazy and just get this working is could do something really, really dumb and say, events. Whoops. Come on. And there you go. It's working, yeah. But I don't like doing it that way. Let's see. Just like slapping words together here. Yeah, I don't want to implement any external libraries. It's been a while since I've dealt with cloning. I know I've used Lodash before, but I don't know if I want to do that. Well, I know I don't want to do that because I don't want to have to implement Lodash or include Lodash. Hey, look, clone deep. Whoa, don't do that. Come on. So let's do object recursive merge. Let's see if that does it. And maybe add JavaScript. So this, we'd essentially make our own function. I'm okay-ish with that. I don't love it, but beats including all of Lodash. I'm actually surprised that it's not showing really that many Stack Overflow. Expect more than this. So I could add a function like one of these to do a deep assign. And it's probably fine, but in reality, there's events right now that I really need to worry about and elements. And I think everything else should be fine. So I think I'm going to do my lazy method here. For now. Okay, so that was a sidetrack. I was initially trying to do a recap of the previous stream, but yeah, that was much more of a sidetrack. All right, so some of the other things that I did off stream is I moved the events and the elements. So the elements used to be defined right here for dialogues, but I moved those up to this elements thing. So they're all defined right here, which my reasoning for doing that is it allows them to be overridden. I don't have, like, I don't intend to override these right now, but it's possible you could do something like, instead of create element, you already had an element existing. You could do, let's see, query selector. So you could do something like that. Or maybe it would make more sense to take this and leave those defaults and then come in here We could say element. And there you go. So then if there's already a dialog element, it would use the one that's already defined via the queries selector. So that's why I wanted it to function this way, is it allows overriding things a little bit easier. And will allow some flexibility going forward. And we should also be able to verify here that, let's see, state and event. So now if we refresh, there you go. So override worked. It's listing out the state and then the event. If I comment that back out, no, it didn't override it. All right, cool. So that is some of the stuff I worked on. I've also added 2 new components. I might change this around. I was testing several things out here. So the footer component and the nav component. Right now, they're very simple. I could simplify this more. Like, this is actually overkill, especially for the nav. Well, for both of them. And the reason it's overkill is all this is doing is outputting HTML. So I've got all this extra stuff just to output HTML. And I could simplify it and just output the HTML. Like I could just do that. But I was testing out some of the stuff that I had already set up in Dialog, and part of that is we create these elements and then we take the forms here, for example, and we change some values like that. We add event listeners, and the biggest pro to this method to me is that we can add event listeners to it, and they're bound to that specific element. I like that personally. To me, it keeps track of things easier or better. But we have no need for any event emitters in both main or footer. Maybe, sorry, main, footer, or nav. Oh, and then one of the other things that threw me for a loop was I was trying to use the children property on container content, but for some reason, I can't loop over it consistently. And for the most part, it works fine when you just have the nav, but I wanted to test doing something like this, where you might be specifying more than one element. So there's not just one single root node. And when using children, I couldn't consistently get that. So I had to switch over to child nodes and then check the node type, because this is technically like text white space, and it had several things like that where it was treating it like white space, and those were different nodes. So, and to figure out the right thing to use for that. But now that I've kind of figured that out, once I get this code committed to the repository, I'll probably refactor it so that we're literally just returning this, because I could come down here and instead of all of this stuff, we could just do L.insert adjacent HTML position so we could do something like that and literally draw, you know, probably 40 lines of code. And that is preferable in my opinion. We could also potentially, I'm only implementing this in main right now. So this is where it's being implemented in main, which I'm okay having it in a render function like that. I might just leave it that way. But if we were just straight up returning the HTML, we could do something like this. Well, I guess I just did that over inside the component. That's all the render function does. Is the render function gets the query selector for the main part of the app and decides where it's inserting it adjacent to the app. So that's all render is doing. But with it set up like this, I could potentially have a like render all function or something like that, and then just do main footer. I don't know, whatever. So as the components grow, I could just render all of them, and then I wouldn't need .render, .render, .render. Yeah, that was my thinking. All right, so the other thing that I want to figure out real quick, oh, and actually this was part of the recap as well, is this render was not separate from the creation. So this setup dialog was actually rendering it as well initially. And I had run into the problem yesterday where I couldn't figure out why I couldn't click anything. And it turned out that the dialog was added because it was essentially being rendered, but it wasn't actually shown. So right here, we're seeing this open. That wasn't actually open. So that attribute wasn't there. So it was displaying, but it wasn't technically open. And because of that, I couldn't click stuff. I couldn't even inspect it. It was showing me the main app behind it. Yeah, so that was one of the reasons I switched things around a little bit here in the dialog, is so that this render is separate from the element, so you can both still access the element, but also do render. Then I also figured I could return extra stuff to just make it easier. So here, let's see. So onboard show, I could do onboard.element.show, but those are just like helpers that cut out that need for element, because most of the dialog stuff, those are probably the 3 functions you're going to need. So you don't have to drop down another level, essentially. So in any case, that's what I did. And yeah. So now what I want to do is get to, should have loaded this first. I want to get to these dialogues. So I want to see if I can open another dialog on top. And with that render thing, the way it's set up right now, I should be able to, let's just go ahead and make a new wallet one, shall we? I'm going to base it off of onboard. So let's say generate. Maybe I'll call it wallet gen. Okay, so we'll call it wallet generation. And maybe I should call it new wallet. Let's do that. New wallet. And we don't want full screen this time. I think it'll default to center, so I'm going to leave that. I'm gonna comment all of that out for now. And those two. I don't, whoa, what's that? I don't want that. Okay, so let's just do new wallet for now. And let's see. Show. So this is where being able to override the events will be really handy, because I could come in here and do wallet gen dot render, and then wallet gen go modal, I think. But let's go ahead and move this ahead, since now it's being called inside the onboarding. And I'm going to delete all of this just so it's not as much to scroll through. We've got all of it here anyways. So let's see, this might work. Let's go back here, go to console. Well, did do the override. Dialog close. Let's also grab, where is it? Prevent default. See if that fixes anything. That didn't do it. That's what I want. Let's try that. So event dot stop propagation. Okay. So onboarding flow. We'll close that dialog twice. So I think I might need window close. Close override. I don't want that. I might take this and put it down here. Okay, let's clear. So the submit should have stopped. Let's see. It does have center. Once it is true. Okay, let's actually refresh again. Definitely has the one dialog. Let's get let's wrap this like so. And we want console.log dialog render. We probably want let's do the slug. Okay. Clear refresh. Okay, so it did render both, or at least it ran that function. However, so both should be after main. Oh, that's not right. I was pretty sure I tested this and thought there could be two dialogues, but I don't think dialogue has to be unique on the page. So I'm quite confused why it's not working. Let's go ahead and try. Wallet gen show. Let's see what that does instead. Okay. Interesting. Did I break something there? Onboarding flow dialog. What's going on? It should be working. Onboard. Interesting. Hmm. All right, I think it's time I look more into the dialog element. So unique. Let's say unique. I am very certain I had tested this. Hmm. So whichever the last item or dialog that is rendered, async setup dialog. Maybe it's the async. I don't think that should do it, but okay. Hmm. Just called state B for now. See what happens with that. Didn't fix it, which doesn't surprise me that much. What do we got? I wonder. Wonder if it's something like this. So I didn't do what I thought. Cannot read only property name of function. Okay. Yeah, didn't fix it. Let's see. So I want to test and see if it could be moving those out. Let's see what that does. Okay. That was it. Interesting. I was not expecting that. But it means that this should work now. Or not. Oh, error. Failed to execute model. Why? Dialog show model. See if rendering it there works better than. Oh, derp. Never mind. We're not rendering it at all right now. So that might help. Okay. It's clear. There we go. Okay, so we definitely can have multiple modals. This one, I don't know why it's getting full width. I guess because of that. It's responsive. I think it's missing something from responsive. Okay, but why is the backdrop that model BD? Model BG. So go into theme. Model BG is -D. -D is 800. That is not what's going on here. uh, so model BG is set. Backdrop. It's acting like it's pulling it in, but that is not the right color. Oh. Scheme prefers dark. What? Scheme prefers dark. Root backdrop. Hmm. I literally do not see that as an option. BD SCT. Am I looking at the wrong one? Oh, I was looking at BG. Yeah, was looking at the wrong one. Okay, so LTCT. So prefers dark. And CT lines up with dark 100. Okay, that makes sense there. Let's try dark 600. Well, actually, okay, so we have some idea of what it, or maybe not. Gotta open it in the other window here. Because I need to pull the color. That's not working. What's going on? How do I see? Open an editor. There we go. Probably don't need that. I'm going to try dark 800 because I got a feeling that might be it. So let's defaulting to that. Okay. And this is for light. And invert light. Let's do that one. And dark. That one. Okay, let's that certainly don't look right. Picked the wrong color. So dark 900 is what it's looking like. 900, 900, 900. But I think we also want to come into here and let's see, backdrop, open, opacity. Let's say opacity dot, I'll do 8. Let's try that. And actually, while we're fixing stuff, so I don't have to keep disabling it, open that. So dialog, responsive. Let's copy that. Well, do I reference full screen anywhere else? A few places. Let's go ahead and comment that out. No. All right. Save, refresh. So full screen. Ooh, that's interesting. There we go. But it looks like that opacity ain't quite right. So let's do .9. Okay. I might need to tweak this more, but it's actually kind of hard to tell with all of the white on the side here. I wonder if I can... Didn't do everything I was hoping. So no computed background, so it must be getting set inside the canvas. That sucks. Oh well. Might have to ask Nick about it, but honestly, I'm not that concerned. This is good enough for now. I can continue styling the rest of it, like rounded corners and stuff. Let's see. Oh, that's right. So this dialogue, the other reason. Oh, wait. Maybe I could do that. So I was moving the elements into the state so that I could then access them here inside the submit. But theoretically, I could also see if this still works. Let's see. State dot elements dot dialog is equal to dialog. So I might be able to set them like this. Let's see if this works. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to just go ahead and comment that out and refresh. There we go. So that's still working. But let's cancel. Cool. All right, that's working. So now let's tweak the styling of this a bit to match. Let's see. Border radius is 1 rem. So here. Also looks like most of these modals are the same size. 33.75 width, 31.25 height. So it looks like it's possibly a fixed height. However, I know on the QR one, that one's definitely bigger height-wise. Let's see, header. So let's say, what do we want? Looks like we need a border bottom. See if that copies correctly. Yeah, I think it does. Okay. And this is where the rest of the dialogue stuff actually comes in handy. So I can copy these, come in here, and we could do, let's see, next, next, next. Uh-oh, that didn't work. Something's not right. Submit text, submit alt. Oh, derp. Helps if you put them in the right one, you know. Oops. Okay, and I think I can also define this above again, which is where I'd prefer to have it. There we go. All right, so next is there. So most the main dialogues have one button for this initial part. Okay. But I'm wondering if there's two buttons there. Two. I'm pretty sure there's another button somewhere. New contact. One. And no buttons, but it should probably have an X. Okay. All right. Okay, so we need to figure out a way to do, if there's only one button in here, to do full width. But if there are two buttons, needs to go splitsies. Like that. The way I had done this previously is, well, not in this project. In CrowdNode UI, is there was a way to make the cancel button end up top. Oh, and look at that. There's also a delete option I forgot about. So I've got to make the dialogue here a little more flexible, it looks like, if I want to be able to reuse it the way I'm hoping to. So let's see. And hello to everyone joining in. Feel free to give a shout out, say hi, introduce yourself, ask any questions. So I'm seeing one with the title and the X. So most of them tend to have the X in the top right. So X top right, X top right. So title left. Next, got some copy buttons there. Send, title right, X, title right, X, title right, X. That's the one. So no title on this one, but it has a delete button. I should be able to do that, I think. It might already still be flexible enough for that. So in dialog, we've got header, which means I can override the header and put so I could probably update the dialog now and change this header so it also contains the cancel button. I think that should work. So essentially I could copy this, and this is probably going to look bad, but let's give it a try real quick. Yes, it does in fact look bad. But we can style it. So let's see, I've got a link option here. So let's see what we've got. Nothing for that. What about button? Button submit and reset. Button. All right. So if I was to add a link style, but maybe I've got link somewhere else and it's just not getting applied. That's not right. I want class of link. Form button link. How about that? And theme link. Border 0. Well, that doesn't make sense. How's that got a border? Reset, flex, border color. Well, I guess it's on hover or like focus or something. Maybe that's what's going on when it's focused. Yeah, okay. That's it. All right, so focus does an outline. That's what's happening. Okay, but we also want to change how it looks when it's got the link. Last child. Okay. So we might want to come in here and change some stuff around. Dialogue, I think. Let's find the button. I guess not button. So just last child. Okay. Button reset last child. I'm going to comment this out for now. That is a holdover from CrowdNode UI. So that fixes that. Or we could switch this up and say footer. That is even more weird to me because I was expecting that. So field set last child. That didn't fix it. Flex. Okay, I need to find flex now. $294. It is that one. Okay, let's try that. So, whoop, that ain't right. Okay, that is more or less what I was wanting. No, it's not. 190, which is 155. I want them to be equal. I think I could do maybe 50%. That equal? Yeah, that looks equal. Okay, so I need something like that. We definitely want, let's see, overflow hidden. So footer inline. Let's see, footer. Oh, that's right. 50%. And 148. 50%. There we go. All right. So that gets us the two buttons side by side. I could probably kill that zoom. Scale? No. It's got to be scale. Link not disabled. It's a little bit better. It is kind of funny to me that cancel is higher height. Line height 1. So line items. It's not doing it. Line content. That ain't doing it either. It's changing stuff, that's for sure. Hmm. Right one. Hmm. So line height doesn't fix it. Let's refresh. Because nothing I was doing seems to be making a difference. Well, that's a little bit funny. It still didn't affect this one. That's 47 tall versus 54, but it affected these ones out here. What's going on here? Why is this going sideways? Maybe it's the span. So font size 1.1 EM. Does it change for this? 1.1 EM. Oh, that was it. Button type, submit, place self, end. Oh, okay. Place. Ah. Place self, end. There we go. All right, that was annoying, but looks fixed. Let's look at the build again. So, I forgot I can't inspect. Super annoying. Come on, go back. All right. Hmm. Um, all right, back to the dialog header. Make this X close. Okay, so refresh. That didn't work. Did it go wrong? Oh, derp. I know where it went wrong. In the implementation. Okay, so X and close. And maybe I'll switch this up and do close. And then we're gonna come in here, drop that there. So then this one will be close text and close alt. That value might make more sense to do and maybe leave it as canceled, but deal with that when I get there. Okay. Let's see, I think there was what? Focus. Okay. It's getting overridden somehow then. Focus outline. Ah. There we go. Okay. And reset. Getting set somewhere. That it? Nah. Form. Reset. Okay. The other thing I'm realizing right now is I don't have the modal set up to be like multi-step. It's probably beneficial to have a way of doing multi-step, but yeah, I don't have it that way right now. Oh, you know what? I completely forgot to start music. I'm gonna start some music. Let's do that. Okay. So, what I think I want to do is, I had figured this out, something like this. So name, intent. Okay. Okay, send in request. Let's go back to the style here. Whoa. That ain't right. What if I do rounded? Now we need to adjust the style. I'm gonna, so I can watch it here. Resize that a little. Actually, I might collapse that. Okay, so what I'm thinking about, where do I have rounded? Find. It's in form. Okay. Let's do rounded. As so what do we want? Border. Top left radius 0. This might work. Let's see. And bottom. Oh wait, that's not right. Right. Okay, let's see. Ah. Rounded. Let's see. Last child. Left. Left. Okay, and let's see how it's got spacing between it. Let's see. We do gap. Try column gap with one rim. That looks a little too big. 0.5. Let's try 0.25. That looks okay-ish to me. So let's line 88 of dialogue. Or maybe I want specifically footer. Okay. That looks decent, however, padding doesn't quite look right to me. Is it maybe because of the width? Dang it. I really hate not being able to inspect. Yeah, I think it's because of the width. Let's see. Min width 200. There we go. But as I already know from looking at so 33.75 rim. So form field set. let's say, was it min with 33.75 rem. Okay. Padding is still off, but it's not terrible. Looks like I need buttons. Need to get some spacing around them a bit more. So I'm kind of thinking this would just be one rem all around. Or maybe it's 1.5 rem. Yeah, it's looking like it's 1.5 rem. Okay, and then inside the button, what do we got? So inside padding .75. So .75 and 1 rem. Still looks like way too much. Maybe it's not when that's at 100. I guess that's not too bad. Yeah, that's pretty close when it's zoomed into the right level. Okay. I think I have that X icon. Maybe. Maybe I did not download it. Let's see. Now I've got it. It's odd that it has two paths just for the icon. Okay, so if I do new file icon, let's say icon X. Say height. I'm not actually sure how to set up the height for this, the height and width. Maybe I'll just try this for now. So width, line, height, 1. Let's try that. And then we'll need to import. I'm going to do this early and say icons. Okay, and then inside of the dialog component, should be able to Hmm. It's not working. All right, so we need background repeat. That's what we want. So no repeat. Okay. So back into icons. And no repeat. Display inline block. And the width and height does not look like it should be to rem. So let's do what, 1.5. Let's try this out. That's pretty dang close. There we go. All right. Doesn't have a hover effect right now, though. Maybe that's fine. I guess it really doesn't anyways. Okay. New wallet. Probably need to match the fonts better as well.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world. Roger, General. We're entering Corneria City now. All aircraft report. Falco here. I'm fine. This is Peppy. All systems go.
Flippy here. I'm okay.
Check your G diffuser system. Open the wing.
I am thinking that this has too much padding. Let's see. Padding. 1 rem. Let's do 0.5 rem.
Everybody stay alert.
That looks a lot closer. So maybe we can do copy
I'll check it out.
dialogue.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll. Surprise attack! Coming from above!
That didn't work. Shouldn't it be the last child? It is, but it's not taking precedence. What if I add that? Nope. Wrong one. Still no. And why? So dialogue responsive button.
Get this guy.
See dialogue header button.
Back up the squadron.
Suppose I could try adding that reset to it.
There's one more to go. I'll go it alone from here.
So type is equal to reset. There we go. Okay. And then I know that font color isn't right. So let's see if we can get the title font color to match better. I think it's just white. Yeah, it's just white. But this is not. So
You did good, Fox. Fox, we are in your debt.
where is color getting set? There it is. Model FG. I might just override it. So model FG. I think this would be F. So, and this is for light, probably not that one. That one. And that one. Okay, let's try that out. There we go. So I think we also need to update this stuff. So 118 in dialogue. So 118. Let's try border radius. I don't think this is gonna work on all of these, but maybe it will. Let's do 1 rem for now. Of course, as I'm trying to figure out, there it is. 6.25 rem. Okay. And I'm missing a border. Is this dark 900 already? I think it is. Sweet. That's the right color there. And dark 600 is the border. And the placeholder text is dark 500. How do I set placeholder again? And is that right? I feel like I can't tell if it's getting set. That should make it more obvious. Okay, it's definitely getting set. And what font size is it? .875 rem. 875 rem. Size. .875 rem. That looks way too small. I don't know, I don't like how small that looks. Hmm. That's looking a lot closer, but the font color's off. Grayscale 400. Let's see. Okay. So field set is, let's do that one. Dialogue 125. 125. Okay. I think the font size on that is also wrong. Font size 1.5 rem and what else? That might be enough. Whoa, that ain't right. See, align items, center. Okay. It's kind of feeling like I got too much padding. Okay. That's getting a lot closer. All right, so icon X. All right, that's starting to look decent-ish. Maybe not. That looks centered. That doesn't. It's close enough for now. I'm not going to worry about it, but it is annoying me a little bit. I think I'm going to take a break for a few minutes, actually. So let's go to this. All right, and I'm actually going to increase the time a little bit. So there. All right, and I will be back in a few. Alrighty. So the last thing I think I want to figure out is how to get this. We've got hit next to generate. So basically different forms of helper text. And I think I'd seen that in a few of the options. I guess the helper text is there for that one. So maybe not. Okay, so I guess the helper text only appears in those first, what, 2 dialogues? So it's not there. In reality, we could probably not have that helper text at all or move it up like the other fields. That's a little inconsistent because there's helper text there. And then once there is helper text here, but we're also, I don't think we need to include that address. It doesn't make sense to have it there, so it would just be the recovery phrase. So it probably will be fine to do the helper text right under the recovery phrase, and then all of the modals like that, and what else? Yeah, then all of them would have it there. So I'm gonna call an audible here and change up the design a little bit. Or the way I'm going to implement the design is going to be changed from how it is designed. Which I don't think it should be too big of a deal. But let's get this styling so that, oh, it actually has no styling right now. Interesting. So I think center input. That's in form. So 119. Were they all centered? No, they're not. But that's centered. That one's not. Okay, so I need to remove the centering. Which I think is on the field set. Is that off now? Um, all right, I'm going to try to match it to what I did right here. So that's 130. Ah, keep forgetting I can't inspect. Quite irritating. Interesting. So this one is actually different color. Most everything else is the same though. So I think it's dark 200. All right, let's try that. I might also, Hmm. That's 74. Okay. I don't think I want this positioning the way it is. Okay. That ain't right. And that is like that because of that. I think that was what, form? Um, oh, maybe that would work. Last child, not. Okay, and then let's redo that. There we go. Although, now I want to do 3 just to see. Interesting. Okay, so that's looking semi-fixed. And we want to test removing a button. And save, refresh. Still working. If we remove another button. Booyah. Awesome. Okay. The other thing I want to test is multiple fields. Okay, so the reason I'm testing that is that so I think we're gonna want these to position themselves a little differently. I wonder actually. Let's see if interesting. That's actually about right. I think I'm okay with how that looks. Okay. Well, let's get some of this committed. I think I'd like to start wrapping up, so I want to get what I've got done pushed to the repository. So let's make a branch. I'm gonna call it feet. And all right, so feet init wallet initial wallet implementation. Okay. And let's see what we want to commit. All right, let's say feet, none. Should I do no scope? Maybe I should do a scope. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, how do I want to word this? Okay. And I believe we can push. And if we check here, now we've got 2 branches. Okay, cool. All right, so fixes the dialog JS component to work for more than just full screen types with various related style updates. Adding new dialog, new components for nav and main footer. Okay. And let's create that. Okay, so we now have a pull request created. So fixes the dialog JS component to work for more than just full screen types with various related style updates, adding new components for nav and main footer. I mean, that's the gist of most of what I was doing there. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So I believe I'm going to wrap up here for now. So thank you all for tuning in. Please consider liking, subscribing, following, sharing. Did I forget anything? Any of that stuff. All of that good stuff. It's much appreciated. Helps me out. So, without further ado, I will catch y'all on the flip side.